Myself and my wife Hannah are about to embark on a 1,400-mile ring road across the entire state of Arizona. Starting our journey in Phoenix, we'll see Monument Valley in the east to the Grand Canyon in the west and everything in between. We're going to drive, hike, and climb through miles of unforgiving, rocky wilderness. And we've only got 5 days to do it.
So we made it to the top.
Oh, crap.
We're Hannah and Jake, and we're on a mission to hit all the national parks in the country.
This is freaky.
And experience the beauty of our planet one trip at a time. It's like we're on Mars.
This is awesome.
Oh.
And look at this thing in the sky. What is this?
What am I looking at?
I hope we're still on the right path. I'm starting to get a little bit worried. So you might be wondering, why Arizona? It was about 6 months ago, we did a 10-day road trip across the Southwest. I'll link it down below if you're interested in watching it.
There's more national parks and a lot of cool things to explore in that region that we missed. So we figured it would be a good opportunity to go back and check some more off our list.
All right, so we made it. He's saying we have to choose between these two rental cars, so I'll flip the camera around and kind of show you. Got this one here or this one here. Eeny, meeny, miny. We'll take the red one. We are extremely tired because back home in Myrtle Beach, it would be almost 2 in the morning right now, right? Almost 2 in the morning. Bragg here has a beautiful place and we're about to hit this bed, shower, and just call it for the night. So that shower was absolutely needed. Probably one of the best showers I've ever had in my entire life. Trip starts tomorrow. Morning. Just had a really nice night at this Airbnb. And this, wow, we can see our surroundings for the first time. It's a really nice neighborhood. Look at this. Huh. Anyways, off to Saguaro National Park. Cactuses. Cacti. So right now we're on our way to Tucson, which wasn't even a part of my original itinerary, but it turns out if you go south from Phoenix towards Tucson, there's a whole nother national park here called Saguaro with apparently really tall cacti. I can't believe we almost missed it. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna be in the area. I mean, we might as well get as many national parks done as we can, right?
On the way to Saguaro, we found this really interesting spot called Colossal Cave. So of course we had to get a tour. We love caves.
Welcome in, folks. Watch your step. Take your time. This room is very pretty. Like I said, if you want to take pictures, have at it.
Stretching over 3 miles long, Colossal Cave was used by Native American tribes from the year 940 to roughly 1450 AD. After being lost to time for thousands of years,
it was rediscovered in 1876 and opened back up for private tours soon after.
Right, and then I don't know about you guys, she's a huge SpongeBob SquarePants fan. SpongeBob, Patrick, boom.
All right, so we just finished the cave, and that was really cool. Now we got some food and a beer.
And a view.
A beautiful view. You can see the saguaros down there a little bit. Awesome cave tour as well. Super informative, super knowledgeable. Now we're gonna be heading to the Saguaro National Park. Nope. I just can't, I hate with this fucking, like.
That's Picacho Peak.
Our route begins on the western side of the park. We'll then take the Bajada Loop by car and stop at some of the popular viewpoints and trails.
So we made it to the Saguaro National Park. And wow, these things are quite large. Just looking at it through the camera, you don't really get a true sense of how tall these things are, but they can grow up to like 40 feet. Look at how big this is. It's huge, and there's hundreds of them everywhere. This is an absolutely beautiful landscape. And I don't want to talk too loud to disturb the peace here because it is really quiet.
This area is so cool. This has got a paved trail. You can walk through all the different cacti. It's so quiet. Hoping we don't encounter any snakes. I don't like snakes.
Our next stop was Signal Hill, which contained over 200 Native American petroglyphs dating back thousands of years. So just think really old carvings and rocks.
Alright, we're at Signal Rock Hill, and you can see prehistoric pyroglyphs here, way up there. I don't know if maybe you can zoom in, but super cool. We don't know what they mean, but they're really old from Native Americans.
So we just climbed to the top of Signal Hill, and the people that used to live here 8,000 to 10,000 years ago carved pyroglyphs into the rocks here. And I got a better video of them I'll show on the screen. But how cool is that? 8,000 to 10,000 BC. Pretty incredible stuff. Here's a view.
Well, Jake's taking B-roll of the rattlesnake area sign. I'm down here waiting for him because no thank you, but you can see him up there. I'm good down here.
All right, so we just finished up our time here in Saguaro National Park, and I am amazed, insanely impressed. If you are questioning it, or if you have any reservations about going out the way from Phoenix to come and see this park, kind of like I was, just go ahead and do it. It is an absolute trip. Definitely gonna come back here.
That morning, we woke up bright and early and said our goodbyes to Greg's place. We took extra care when packing the car and made the 2-hour scenic drive to Sedona, where we had a long day of beautiful hikes ahead of us. Our first stop of the day is Cathedral Rock.
There's Cathedral Rock. This area is so beautiful.
All right, so we're here at the Cathedral Rock trailhead. Well, kinda. The parking lot was closed because we got here too late. I think it's like 10 in the morning right now, but snooze you lose. So we had to drive an extra 2 miles north to a shuttle pickup, which is supposedly going to take us to the bottom of the trailhead. So it should be fine. Hopefully, hope all goes well. All right, we just started the Cathedral Rock hike, and it's already steep elevation. It's not a long hike, but you go upward very quickly because we got to get all the way up there. How are you feeling?
A little tired already. A lot of stairs.
Apparently there's some scrambling here that we got to do, but that's a little further up, so here we go. Look at this place. So we're about halfway through the Cathedral Rock hike now, and we got a beautiful day. I was telling Hannah earlier in the car, I feel like our trip has actually started now, so I'm super excited. We're only halfway there. Woo. Woo! That is a long way down. So this is the end point of Cathedral Rock. Right past here is probably like 300-foot drop. right. Last little section over here. Ooh, you gotta be careful here. This is awesome. Here it is. Oh man. The view that we worked so hard for, climbing up this rock. Cathedral Rock did not disappoint, I can say that much. And way back there, Hannah just pointed it out, is the Chapel of the Holy Cross. I'll see if I can zoom in. Cathedral Rock. I think Hannah and I agree this was the best hike we've ever done. Like, it's just so fun and unique. And the fact that you get to, climb the rocks, like, that's a plus. If you come to Sedona and you don't do this hike, you're crazy. We then made the 741-foot or 226-meter descent back down to the shuttle. They say what goes up, let's go back down. So most people would do that hike and call it quits for the day. Not us. We still have one more hike left on our list. And luckily for us, the weather is perfect.
The Devil's Bridge looks pretty straightforward. It's not too bad of a hike, besides the fact that it is very high up when you get to Devil's Bridge. So it's a little bit of a challenging day for me, for someone who's afraid of heights, but I'm gonna be brave and try my best.
As expected, the parking lot was full, so we checked the Sedona website to get the shuttle bus, but this time it was far more confusing. All right, so we just made it to the Mescal Trail. Absolute nightmare to try and find this trailhead. We were driving all around trying to find shuttles to get us here, and it ended up eating into our time in the day, but we're here now. Just get on with it. And it is a long way down.
When the night has turned its face and the stars have faded into gray, I'll be heading through the dark till the morning breaks into the day. I let my colors show. I've seen the world below. I'm moving at the speed of light. No one can break my stride. And all I see is light ahead. Never looking back, I feel the fire. Take me to the water now. Take me to the sun, I'm letting go.
We just finished Devil's Bridge, and it was definitely worth the hype and the hike, and it is not for the faint of heart. And now it's time to start the how long is the hike down?
2.5 miles.
2.5 miles back to the car. Here we go.
We're trying to make it back to the car before sunset. We're out here a little later than I would have liked because of all that stuff that happened earlier, and we couldn't find the trailhead, and it was a mess. But all in all, I'd say it was a great hike. All right, so the sun's going down now, and we've been out here for a while, and I hope we're still on the right path. Everything looks the same out here, and all the bushes are starting to make a rattling noise, so I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Shh, 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 shh. Do you hear that?
Oh my God!
We made it back to the parking lot, and it looks like we're one of the last ones here. Beautiful Sedona sunset right there. I was worried for a minute we wouldn't make it back, but we did. 6 grueling miles later.
Beautiful sight on a hike.
We see the car. Now we gotta go get some food because I'm famished.
Starving.
And then we'll check into our hotel for the night. And that'll be it for today in Sedona.
Okay, here's our room in Flagstaff. Kind of small. And got a bathroom here. Shower. Good enough. Oh. Good night.
The next morning, we hit the road once more to drive to the Petrified Forest National Park. Along the way, we found a meteor crater crash site which happened more than 50,000 years ago. And along the way, we got to see some really cool wildlife.
Come on, focus. Yeah. I got him.
Hey, buddy.
Can you whistle him? Oh my God. When you get there, there's this really cool interactive space exhibit as well. I thought that was super neat. And then one fun fact is they actually train astronauts out here, so preparing them for like moon landings and stuff. Oh, and who could forget there's also an overpriced gift shop as well.
So we made it to the top of the meteor crater, and this behind me is the impact site from 50,000 years ago, which is pretty crazy to think that it's all still here. And you can see little people down there on a viewpoint. It's so hard to gauge the depth of this crater in person. Many, many years ago, they dug this crater or tried to mine it. They didn't find much. 80% of the meteor that hit this spot just vaporized immediately on impact, so. Way up there you can see them.
Tour guide.
That's the tour that we were gonna do, but we just don't have the time. That's the road over there that we just came from. It's quite a drive to get out here because it's in the middle of nowhere. It is a bit pricey, but just to say that you've seen this, definitely worth it to see.
It's the best preserved meteor crater in the world.
Best preserved meteor crater in the world. Definitely worth it to see. At least once in your life.
The next stop on our journey brought us to one of the most underrated national parks that we've ever been to.
So as we were driving along the highway, a 18-wheeler with no mud flaps decides to kick up a giant rock, and it dings the headlight and rips some of the paint off of our car. So you never know what's gonna happen. Let's just hope that doesn't cause a problem with the rental car company.
After arriving at the park, it was still quite a drive to get to the visitor center, and along the way we stopped at a historical site called Newspaper Rock for obvious reasons. 650 to 2,000 years ago, the natives that lived in this area would carve etchings into these rocks. They were used to commemorate weddings, good crop harvests, hunting seasons, all kinds of things. And here we are, like 1,000 to 2,000 years later, and they're still here.
It's super cool to just see like their handprints and just the doodles that they did. It's really interesting to just try to envision that long ago, them just drawing in rocks. That was super cool.
Worth the stop for sure.
Hidden gem.
Okay, so right now we're at the visitor center here. So the plan is to take this all the way down to the Blue Mesa Trail and then possibly do the Crystal Forest right here. And if we have time, we can maybe do this museum as well, but we'll see how far we can get.
The Blue Mesa Trail is a mile-long paved loop with stunning views of the surrounding hoodoos. We hiked the trail counterclockwise and were taken aback by the breathtaking rock formations.
So we're out here on the Blue Mesa Trail in a petrified forest, and let me tell you, this trail is underrated. Absolutely insane. Didn't really know what to expect coming out here. I mean, I'd heard of the petrified forest and all this, but I didn't really know what there was to do. But if this keeps up, this is gonna be totally worth it.
So a lot of people don't know this about the park, but it dates back to the dawn of the dinosaurs. So some of the trees and the petrified wood that we're going to be seeing here is hundreds of millions of years old, like older than the dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's hard to believe because of how barren it looks, but yes, there is actually an ecosystem out here. Not a great ecosystem, but one nonetheless.
Look at that rock. A lot of the rocks out here just looks like elephant skin. It's pretty amazing. We got some more fossilized wood up ahead. Never seen anything like it. Got a whole bunch of petrified wood coming up ahead, giving like Lord of the Rings, Desolation of Smog vibes. That was a fun trail.
It's beautiful.
Too bad Hannah's not feeling good.
My stomach kind of hurts, but powered through it and it was worth it. The views were just crazy. It was such a unique trail, so couldn't miss it.
Off to the Crystal Trail.
We made a couple more stops in between, including an ancient native village.
So you can see here there's a bunch of ruins.
So that's what it used to look like, apparently. That's what it looks like now. Ruins.
And our final stop was the Crystal Forest Trail, which takes you on a 1-mile loop through the remains of an ancient forest.
So back when Earth was still Pangea, this was located near modern-day Costa Rica. It was a lush forest all through here, kind of swampy. So these trees are millions of years old, like 100 to 200 million years old, preserved and petrified wood. So you can still feel the bark, and they're perfectly preserved.
So yeah, roughly like 220 million years ago, these trees, some of them were like 200 feet tall, they dominated this land. And over time, the climate and geological forces pretty much buried these trees in a layer of like mud and ash, and it pretty much fossilized them in this crystal-like substance. Pretty interesting stuff.
A lot of it's still buried, and the stuff that you see at the top is where that, like in Painted Desert, where it's cut away and down the valley. Logs were sticking out. They've broken off and tumbled down into these fracture lines. So there's a bunch right next to the cliff, but none out in the open.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right. So now we're gonna head back to the car and make the 3.5-hour drive to Monument Valley, where we're spending the night.
Your destination is on the right.
We made it.
All right, just got checked in, and my brain is fried. I couldn't even remember the plate number, anything that they were having me sign or fill out. That was a long drive. Cut me some slack.
Well,
Got it. Yay! Just gotta drive on up.
All right, this is our room right below this cliffside here.
We were about halfway through dinner when all of a sudden,
Well, the power went out on us.
yeah, but I can't see it.
All right, they brought us a torch. All part of the adventure. Okay, so an update. The lights didn't go out for the restaurant. They went out for the entire complex, meaning our hotel room, everything.
Pitch black.
So all our day of driving, we just wanted to come to the room, take a hot shower, and relax and sort out the footage. Now we can't do that. So, on the plus side though, you can get some great photos of the stars since there's zero light pollution. Look at these. Okay, one more update. So, it wasn't just the restaurant or our room. You can't see anything because the entire town is black. This was all lit up like a half hour ago. It's just our luck. Okay, we're gonna try and sort this out and then just go to bed. So, good night. Good morning from Monument Valley. Last night was horrible. I didn't sleep hardly at all. Let me explain what we didn't have. We didn't have any electricity, any heat, and it's really cold out, any Wi-Fi, really any way to get the footage over from our phones to the laptop. No TV, no service. Yeah, it was terrible. But I know it's an older hotel, but I mean, come on, dude, you should have like a backup generator or something. Anyways, Today we have a really fun day planned. We're gonna do the lower Antelope Canyon, which involves like descending through ladders and traversing through the lower half of Antelope Canyon, and you have to go through Navajo tour guide. But that should be really fun. Even with all the nonsense that happened last night, it's still worth it to wake up to a view like this.
Before checking out of our room, we got some souvenirs at the gift shop and ate a nutritious breakfast.
Got a nice, healthy Navajo breakfast here.
It was then time to pack up our stuff and say goodbye to Monument Valley to make the hour-long drive to our next adventure in Antelope Canyon.
Alright, goodbye Monument Valley.
It was brief, but it's such a beautiful area out here. It's just so open and quiet. Besides the whole town losing power last night, it's been really nice.
Perhaps I was a little too harsh on Goulding's Lodge. Besides the power going out, it really was nice. We have great views, and everything is right here in this little city, from like the gas station, restaurant, grocery stores. So
Awesome. Now we're off to our lower Antelope Canyon tour, which is about 2 hours away.
here we go. Just had to pull over on the side of the road to get some pictures, because look at this rock. Nobody even talks about this rock, and it's so pretty. Look at that.
Tickets for the lower portion start out at $55 for an adult. It takes just over an hour to complete. The tour begins with a fascinating, ancient Native American ring dance.
So this place that we're going, Antelope Canyon, in addition to being one of the most photographed locations in all of the Southwest, it's also one of the most visited. So there's two sections that you can do. You can do the upper canyon, or you could do the lower. Today we're going to be doing the lower, just because it seemed cooler in the photos. You get to descend through ladders and whatnot.
No pictures on the staircasing.
But it seems pretty dry today, so hopefully we don't see any flash floods while we're down there.
Wow, I've never seen anything quite like this. This is just incredible. Words can't even describe this.
Man, this is crazy. All the rock formations so smooth.
It's awesome.
Apparently water used to flow through here, so.
We're literally walking through geological history right now. The sandstone just erodes and erodes and erodes from years of wind and flooding. And all the walls get carved and smoothed down like this. Wow. Wow. Made it through.
All right, we just finished up the Antelope Canyon lower half. That is by far one of the coolest things ever, dude.
10 out of 10 recommend.
Oh my God. If you come out here, you have to do the lower half. I don't know about the upper, but the lower is insane.
And when the wind moves the dry sand, the sand affected with the water will stay still. So like toadstools or like mushroom rock out in Utah, you guys will see a lot of them looking exactly like that.
Jake loved the tour so much he had to get the shirt.
Hiked Antelope Canyon.
Oh yeah.
As much as we loved Antelope Canyon, it was time to move on. We had a couple more scenic spots to hit before finishing the day in Page.
All right, so we just finished the lower canyon, and about 5-10 minutes away is this place called the Waweep, I hope I'm saying that right, overlook. And it basically overlooks all of Lake Powell here. And we're walking up to it now. We're really high up now. Got the whole place to ourselves, aside from this raven that's following us around the whole trip. But wow. Oh wow. The Waweep Overlook. Pretty incredible. Going over a big bridge.
It's a dam.
Oh, it's a dam.
Yeah, we're going over the dam. The dam, that's a big dam.
$10 entrance fee, what you mean?
$10 entrance fee just to park our car. We're used to everything being free with our national park card, but I guess this is owned by the Navajo.
Worth it, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. This is gonna be awesome.
So we're walking to Horseshoe Bend now. This is supposedly one of like the coolest points in Arizona. So we're gonna check that out. Still got a little ways to go. You can see all the little people there. Ooh, it's exciting. Oh wow. Wow. think?
It's hard to like fathom the fact that I'm looking at that with my own eyes.
This is crazy. So Horseshoe Bend is about 1,000 feet, or about roughly 350 meters from where we're standing, below. And I'll flip it around and risk my life for you watching at home. Way down there. The video doesn't do it justice, showing depth. This is the case for here. You have to come here, see it, to believe it. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Oh, I should have brought the big camera up here.
Jake just had to be crazy.
Oh. Gotta be fit to make it to this spot, I guess. Woo! Out of breath.
There's Jake.
There's Hannah. Way down there. Look at the rock formations up here. Wow. Looks so much cooler in person. Time to go back down. God damn.
It's easy coming up.
Yeah.
Now it's the hard part.
Come on. Here you go. Come on, get up. There you go. Don't slip now, that would be embarrassing.
One thing I will say, if you come to Horseshoe Bend or really any type of canyon environment, is to always watch your footing, because you could just be walking and then boom. 2, 3, 4, 500 foot drop. So just always be mindful of your surroundings and the environment that you're in. This is the spot. We're able to get some really good photos, which I'll probably show right now.
This is a highlight for sure. I mean, it's hard to fathom what you're looking at in person, just like the mass and how huge it is. And it's not even, the river's not even that full right now.
When you dilute all your electrolytes and you go into a spasm and you pass out.
It's like a heat stroke, kind of.
It's not heat, I mean, what do you call it when you delete your electrolytes by drinking too much water? Usually I have the tip of it on the tip of my tongue.
So we found this really cool little check-in spot right outside of Horseshoe Bend, and check this out. Horseshoe Bend in a can.
After leaving Horseshoe Bend, we spent the night in the town of Page to get some rest before our final day at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, best room you got, please.
This looks just like the place we stayed at in San Francisco. Like identical. All right, we're in our hotel, La Quinta Inn at Page, Arizona for the night. Page is home to all kinds of different excursions. You can kayak and take boats on Lake Powell. We weren't able to do that because it's too cold this time of year. And then the Grand Canyon's not too far. That's what we're doing tomorrow. One of my favorite days for sure, and we'll see what tomorrow has in store. The Grand Canyon. I'm sure it needs no introduction. It's one of the most popular, if not the most popular national park.
This is going to be our first time ever seeing it, so we're super excited.
It's 4 to 18 miles wide, and now we got to give them our park pass. Hold on.
Hello. Hey, how are you doing? I was wondering. It's okay. Thank you.
So we're on our way up to the first lookout point of the Grand Canyon. It's a little cold out here, if you couldn't tell by our attire. Just the wind, it cuts through you like a knife. It is February, so we kind of expected this. There's pros and cons of any time of year that you go. So we arrived here at the Grand Canyon, and wow, look at this. It's gotta be at least like 20 feet down. Down there, way near the bottom, I don't know if you can see from this angle, but that's the Colorado River. Starting to get a little crowded. See if we can find a better viewpoint. Maybe in this watchtower. Let's go to the top. Wow. What a cool room. So I think we're on our fourth flight of stairs right now, and this just keeps going. I thought it was like 2, maybe 3 stories high, but we're about going on to our 5th story now. Still can't figure out what it was used for. Okay, so we made it to the top. Views in here are definitely worth it. Just panoramic 360 views. Wow. That's where we were a moment ago. Way down there. Now we're up here. So we just figured out why it's here and who built it. So it was built back in 1937 by a man named Fred Harvey and the Santa Fe Railroad Company as just an observation point or a lookout point into the Grand Canyon. And what's super cool is the representation of Native American artwork on every single level. It's beautiful. And if you ever come to the Grand Canyon, you have to see it. So after leaving the watchtower, we stopped at like 5 more viewpoints, and this video is already getting kind of long, so I'm just gonna make an 80s style montage of what we did. Enjoy. So right now we're at Navajo Point. You can see way in the back there
is where we just came from.
There was a lady, a Native American woman, selling some jewelry, handmade. I got this pretty ring.
So here we are right now. We're gonna have to go down here and walk this way to get to the overlook. So this Mather Point overlook is apparently one of the best viewpoints in the entire park. So yeah. So we made it here. It's a bit busy though. I can only imagine how this place gets in the summer. Wow. Has a reputation for a reason. This is incredible. I know I keep saying that all day, but this is incredible. There's the Colorado River. See it? Way down there. Colorado River has carved out this canyon millions and millions of years. It's pretty incredible to think about looking back into history right now. It's pretty wild. There's also apparently a trail that you can do there, which is, I didn't even check to see how long the trail was. I know it's 3 miles or 13 miles from here to the bottom to see the Colorado River, which is way too long for us. Yeah, it's a little too cold too, so we might just see a couple more viewpoints and then pack it in. Oh, look at this. Shows you the different tribes from the Native Americans that live in this area. At least I assume that's what it is. Down that way is the trail.
Our last stop in the Grand Canyon was the visitor center / gift shop to get our final souvenirs of the trip.
All right, I think we're about finished up here at the Grand Canyon. I hope you can hear me over the wind, but we just got some souvenirs and now we're gonna try and find some food. I saw a sign for a Pizza Hut.
He's been talking about the Pizza Hut since he saw that sign hours ago.
So we're gonna try and find the Pizza Hut.
We found the world's most expensive Pizza Hut and saw an award-winning IMAX movie about the Grand Canyon.
It is a treasure to be shared with people from every continent, nation, race, and creed.
That the first European explorers arrived. It is a place like nowhere else. Vast, deep, almost too enormous to comprehend.
Our adventure was now coming to a close. We made the almost 4-hour drive back to Phoenix and caught something quite fascinating along the way.
We smelled horse manure out of nowhere. Pretty sure this guy's hauling a bunch of horses. What?
What the?
I got it.
Dude,
What is that?
Oh my God. Look at that.
Okay, so we reverse image searched a photo that we got of that, and it turns out it was a rocket launch from SpaceX. It was literally a rocket being launched into the sky in front of our very eyes. Like, I saw it happening when we were super far back. It would just look like a straight line in the sky.
And then it just took off.
And then it so fast
it's
because
apparently called the Falcon X or something like that.
Apparently each rocket launch costs like $70 million. So the fact happen. It's really cool.
That's mind-blowing. What a way to end the trip.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Our time in Arizona may have been brief, but man, did we pack a lot into those 5 days. You know, it's moments like these that you remember, whether you're traversing a canyon, strolling through a rattlesnake-infested desert full of cacti, or just cruising the endless highway. We might not get to see every incredible location on Earth, but we're certainly gonna try.